Good morning everybody, it's Becca at So Darn Twisted. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make different vintage letter folds because way back when people didn't necessarily use envelopes. As you can see, this has got the name and address on one side and it is just closed with a wax seal, and the way that they used to fold them just created an envelope for the content that was already there. So what made me think of showing you guys this is this morning I was finally able to do some coffee dyeing. I've been wanting to do some for the last week or so, and I haven't been able to do much, so I apologize. There's been no new tutorials because I've been completely incapacitated. But this morning I was dyeing some papers, and what I tend to do is I make folds before I dye them quite often, so that way you get more concentration of the staining along the lines, which you can see quite well in that one there. So I often do that, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm pretty sure that that's something that maybe you guys might like to know how to do. So as you can see, I've got all different ones and they've got different folds depending on what one I've used. Oh, you can see that one a bit better now. So yeah, so I thought, well, okay, let's do a very quick tutorial. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 different ways that you can fold them based on documents I already have. Over the time I've had things like this, I have spent ages unfolding them, looking at how they're folded, practicing folding them the same way. So I'm going to show you 2 or 3 of those ways, and we will incorporate some wax seals as well, just for those who haven't seen the previous video I did on wax seals. Alright, so the first one is a really nice simple fold. So you're going to take your sheet of paper, A4, US letter size, you know, they're perfect. You can use bigger paper, it doesn't matter. The first thing that you want to do is fold it in half. Okay, so you've got along the short edge. So then you have that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom and we're going to fold it up not quite 1/3 of the way. And then we're going to take the top, so you're going to turn it around this way. You're going to take the top and you're going to fold it almost to that previous crease there. Okay, then we're going to open that up and we're going to fold it in that way. So you should have now something that will fold nicely like that. Okay, which is a bigger version of that one, so a smaller version, sorry. So then if you take this and you can put it inside that one, and sometimes you have to just kind of smush them in there, that's how they did it. As you can see, their folds were never particularly precise, you know, or anything like that. So we're just going to push that into there, give that another little smush down, and there's your first fold. Now these ones, they didn't always use wax seals, as you can see, because effectively once they'd folded it in on itself, it stayed put, because, you know, this bit would be going into here like so, and then it would be franked and what have you. So they didn't use wax seals, but that's not to say that you can't use wax seal if you want to. So I've just been warming through some wax up the back here, just out of the way, and you can use plain seals. You don't have to use anything with a design on it, you know. You can use oval designs, round designs, doesn't matter what you want to use to do it with. But what I will say is, when you're doing wax seals on documents, try not to aim for the perfectly round, you know, perfect ridges all round the outside edge, because that's not what they looked like. So if you want something that looks relatively authentic, you wouldn't do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pour, just, you'll get the idea, just kind of maybe that much on there. We'll just pop that down, and then we're just going to get the seal and we're just going to pop it on there. Okay, and just give that a second. Usually I do keep my wax seals on a cool gel pack, cold packs that you can put in your fridge or freezer, because it helps them to set more quickly. But I usually do that when I'm making them in bulk, you know, and I need to just keep going. But for something like that, you know, that's, you probably could have done with a little bit of cold on it, but it's not essential, because I can just leave that over there now, and we'll move on to another one. So this next one, you are going to fold that way about just over a third of the way across, and then you're going to bring that one over like that. So you'll see that there's a difference there. Then you're going to bring that one up there, again just under a third, and then that way. And again, this is the type that can fold in on itself with or without a seal on it. So as you can see, they're really nice and simple to get an authentic vintage fold, you know. I think that paper's a little bit on the bulky side there, because it doesn't want to quite squish. There we go, we'll get there. Sometimes it's a little bit stubborn. There, that's it. Okay, so again, now I would take my wax, which I've left off of the heat for a second just to help it not take so long to seal with, and then I'll get that one and we'll just pop that down. Fabulous, this one should now be done. So there you go. As you can see, that looks like the kind of wax seal that you would actually find on a letter. You know, it would not be all perfect. So that's that version, and I'm just gonna pop that over there out the way. All right, now for the next one, we're gonna fold it in half like previously. I'm actually using a piece that I folded differently, but it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to take, oh sorry, wrong way around. I'm going to take this way now with the fold at the top and the loose ends at the bottom, and I'm going to fold it kind of towards the centre. It does help if you use a bone folder, but I could not be bothered today. Okay, there we go. So that one is up there. I've got nail varnish on it. Oh well. Now for this one, we're going to then fold it about just over 2/3 of the way up. You might have to just kind of get your fingers in there and give it a little push down to get it to fold. Thin paper does work best for this kind of thing. And then that one will then fold across there. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the way in which this one here was done. And again, you can now fold that inside if you want to, or you can just go ahead and seal it as it is there. Unfortunately, I don't have enough wax in the little bowl there to do another one. You can obviously as well, you don't have to just use plain red. You can use whatever you want to. I'll make that one a little bit red, a little bit gold. If you don't have wax beads, if you want to go and have a look at my wax seals beginner tutorial in my beginners jargon busters playlist, I believe, I'll show you how you can use glue sticks and wax crayons. But something I will add to that I forgot to do at the time was, if you are doing that, quite often they'll come out very matte. They won't have a lot of shine to them. You can just go over them with Mod Podge even, you know, or just PVA glue, and that will just give them back the shine. So, you know, that's nice and easy to do as well. So there you go, that's that one. So let's have, oh, I do apologise, that was insanely squeaky, wasn't it? My lord. Whew, we don't like that one. Apparently I don't like anything today because I'm just dropping them. That's the wrong handle is why. That handle will not work for this because it is a bigger thread. not all wax seal handles are the same. Okay, so we're going to have that one, which is just one of my plain heads on this one. I'm just going to give the wax a little bit of a stir around. There we go. Now you can also as well just pre-make them in bulk. I use one of the silicone molds that you can get from Amazon and places like that, and then you can make them and you can use these stickers. These are double-sided stickers, and you can just put them on the back, and then when you're ready to use it, you just peel it off and stick it onto your document. So, you know, if you wanted to do a mass make of just doing the folded letters, you know, then you can do that and then just use those afterwards, you know, and that's grand. Now I'm going to do exactly what I say normally to people, which is to just leave it to cool just slightly. If you're doing it in the mold, I will pour it and then I will leave it for a minute before I go and put my stamp into it, because it just helps it start to go off, as we call it, which makes to set, and it will then stop the edges from bleeding out too much when you pour it or when you stamp into it. So there's little tips and tricks you can pick up for things like that easily enough. I'm not going to do too many with wax seals on, purely because I want to be able to run some of these through my printer before I go sealing them all up. But doing a few is fine. I may even pop a couple of these into some happy mails or something, you know, because I'm not going to want loads. And then I'm just going to get my seal, and there we go. So exactly the same as before, we're just going to leave that for a second to dry. I think the sticks, for some reason, when you melt those, you can lift the stamp off quicker. I don't know. I don't use the sticks, but you know, if anybody wants to pipe up in the comments and tell me, by all means, is it quicker? Do you have to still leave it for like a minute or so to set before you can take the stamp out, or can you do it instantly? I don't know, and I wouldn't like to hazard a guess and give you guys the wrong information. All I know is that when I'm using these stamps, I have to quite often just leave them, because as you can see now, that's still being quite resistant to me lifting it away, which means it's not ready. As soon as it's completely cold, it will just lift off without any issue at all. All right, so for the final one, what you're going to do is you are going to fold it lengthways this time, so over to there, and you're going to open that back up, and you're going to fold it again with this bit not quite to the middle, but you know, really close to. And you're going to do the same on this side. Put that over a little bit. Okay. Now, at this point, you're going to take this end and you're going to fold it up probably about not quite a quarter, not quite a third, somewhere in between the two. And then you're going to fold it over again. Basically, the exact measurements don't matter as long as you have this flap at the top here that is shorter than that there. So that's why I say, you know, a quarter is obviously not enough, a third is a bit too much, so you know, but I don't want to start confusing everybody with fractions past quarters and thirds. So again, that's really, really nice and easy. And then let's just check on how that wax is doing. Is it melting nicely? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn that one round, and we're gonna do the same thing as before. And I'm going to use that one. That one will do nicely. Thank you very much. There we go. And that's how the other one with just the plain stamp came out, but you could now put a sticker in there. You know, there's all manner of things that you can do if you use the flat stamps. You know, you can do loads of really cool stuff. So there you go, that one's just drying off now. So obviously you could practice your calligraphy and address them. Or you can, of course, if you fold them and unfold them again, print on them, you know, that kind of thing, and then fold them up so you can have an address already on that section. You know, there's all manner of things that you can do there. Obviously we try to avoid using sticker labels on these because obviously it doesn't look like it would look, you know. So yeah, I hope that that's given you a little bit of insight into how to make your own vintage letters and envelopes, yeah, all in one. That's a win, right? And you can now be batch making these and throwing them in your junk journal. The double-sided stickers that I mentioned that I use on the back of the wax seals, I got these from Amazon as well. You get quite a good pack of them for a couple of pounds, you know, they're really not expensive. And then, you know, I would, with my batch, just go through and stick them on. So, but I've made loads and loads of wax seals, sorry, and I've still got about 3 sheets of these left out of the pack I bought, and I use them all the time. So, you know, it's nice and simple. There we go, and there's your final wax seal. You can also, just quickly before I forget actually, if you wanted to make them look like something that's been stored, like with these, you can see that the seal has been broken, obviously, to have been read in the first place. So you can absolutely, once you've got that on there, just go ahead and kind of break the seal open, and then it looks like it's been read. She says go ahead and do it like it's that simple, because of course today's the day when it's not going to be simple to do it. Ordinarily I have no issue with this. I'm putting it down to strength issues. Oh my god, that one is just being such a failure. Okay, will this one go? Are you going to actually not show me up? Yeah, okay. So you can then, as I say, break the seal, leave it opened, you know, so that it just looks like a piece of ephemera that's been received, it's been opened, it's been read, and it's been put back in. I would also get my weathering ink and dauber, and I would just go across all of the edges as well, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, there you go guys, that is that one all done for you then. I hope that you have learned something really cool. I also must just mention before I let you guys go and get making that the 1,000 subscriber giveaway is still going ahead. Obviously, just because I've been having so many problems, I haven't been able really to sort it out, but I'll be doing another tutorial in the next couple of days, and I'll just do a little extra for the details of the giveaway, and of course I will upload that as the giveaway information, so hopefully you guys will catch that. I will obviously be announcing it in the groups that I'm in as well, so for anybody knows who wants to come and join in for the giveaway, which will be the entire contents of the digitals in my Etsy shop, and an Etsy gift voucher in case there's other things that you want that aren't already in my shop. So I hope to see you guys for that one, but in the meantime guys, take care, and I really hope that you enjoy making some of these. Bye.